Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access, everybody. My name is Rob. Today I'm joined by a very excited Rosie.
Strangers.
God.
I'm so excited. That was like the worst merchant I've ever done in my life. But I am so unbelievably excited for this video and to talk to you for a bit, Rob, and just talk about Resident Evil 4.
Which you've now played.
I have now played.
On PS5.
Yes, a segment of Resident Evil 4. I played the segment from literally Leon's outside the police car until you had the title of the game said Resident Evil 4. So that's where the demo that I played ended.
So for anyone who isn't aware, this is Resident Evil 4, a from the ground up remake of the iconic original game, coming to PS5 on March the 24th, 2023.
Yes!
So tell me why you're excited.
Well, got a lot of good things on sale, Strange. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a long video, isn't it?
But yes, so I have got so many things to talk about. Basically, I just want to say why that this is a remake for fans and also people who may not be fans. Basically, everyone, why it's a remake that we've all hoped that it would be. Because there's, from what I've played so far, there are lots of things which are new, and there's also things which have stayed the same. So we're going to start with what's new, because it's a remake, so I think people are also like, what's new, what's been added? And the first thing I want to talk about is, so far, the story. Now, like I said, they haven't changed the story. The basic story is still the same, but it's loads of tiny little details.
Right.
So, do you remember when Leon first goes out of the police car and he sees the first Ganado? And he is asking about the whereabouts of Ashley.
Yes.
He's not asking about Ashley yet. He's asking about the first policeman. And then going back to like the first sort of Ganado that you meet, they immediately make it more obvious that something's amiss.
Right.
So you may remember in the first game, the Ganado just looks like
a man.
A person.
An angry man.
An angry man who's trying to kill you.
An angry man.
An angry
who's
man
trying to kill you. Yeah.
Who's trying to kill you. And when you examine the body after that, Leon just says he's not a zombie. So immediately it's like, oh my God, I have just killed this man who tried to attack me with an axe. What is going on here? Whereas in the remake, immediately when you sort of encounter the Ganado, he has like these red eyes.
Okay.
And immediately you're like, oh, hang on a minute. And also, well, like I said, you're asking for the policeman, and you see there's the badge of the policeman is covered in blood and stuff already. So immediately you're like, this is a dangerous situation. What's going on? Also, you know how in the original it took quite a bit of time until you start seeing the parasite sort of affecting the villagers and stuff. Now, the first Ganado that you've just killed comes down the stairs and immediately there are tentacles coming out of their neck. So immediately the game's like, something's up with this village. These are infected with something. So it's not got the feel so much of, oh, they're just
crazy people.
Just crazy people. It's immediately like, no, they're crazy, but there's also a parasite or something.
Wrong with them, yeah.
Something wrong with them. My final point for the story, they've still kept the corniness of the original, in the sense that they've actually also included some new lines which have the sort of
some
vibe.
New corniness.
So, yeah, some new corniness. So, when Leon jumps out of the window in the first house, like, there's a bunch of Ganados who are, like, you know, coming at him and stuff. He's cornered in a room and he just goes, I'll let myself out, and jumps out the window. And
yes, Leon.
And literally, when that happened, I went, yes, like myself and the Capcom
I'll show myself out.
I'll let myself out then. Boom, out he goes. Myself and the Capcom representative both scream, yes! It was
great.
Fantastic. So have no fear, the corniness of the original, they've still kept that spirit in there. But the second thing I want to talk about what's new is stuff to do with the environment. Big one that screams out is that the world is so much more atmospheric. There are dead animals that you see leading up to the first village you encounter.
Oh, atmospheric.
Text on the walls which are in blood. Oh, how atmospheric. But also with the environment, the forest is filled with so much beautiful, eerie lighting coming from the moon, where it's like shimmering through the trees. The fog looks so brilliant and spooky. And the thing that I probably loved the most in terms of the environment was that the homes are so much more like homes, in the sense of, so again, I'm going to say the first house you sort of enter, if you remember, you go through the door and then around the corner, that's where you find the man.
Yeah.
Here, there's actually a bedroom now. So when you go in the door, there's a door to the right with a bedroom with some things you can examine and
Do you
stuff.
like a video game bedroom?
Love a video game bedroom.
Yeah.
There was there's another door which is locked. There's then the room where the village is in. There's a basement as well. And then the third point is that there's lots of nasty surprises.
Oh, great.
So, first of all, you know that big tower that you climb up?
Yes.
And you can get some ammo, and they start throwing things in there. Literally, as soon as you pick up the ammo, Leon fell through the floor. And there was another room as well where I ran into just one of the little huts. I immediately went into a kitchen area, and there was a Ganado who was there just chilling and he just started coming at me. And also, one was hiding in a cupboard. And also, you remember our good friend Salvador?
Oh, I remember the one with the bag and the chainsaw.
Yeah, big old chainsaw man. So, first of all, he looks great. But if you go to a specific area and Salvador's like chasing you, you can actually trigger cutscenes where Salvador can do an action to affect the environment that you're in. So I ran behind a house, Salvador was chasing me, and then I got a cutscene where he destroyed with his chainsaw, he destroyed the beams of the house. And then because of that, obviously, the house sort of crumbled behind him, and now that path was blocked for me. Also, you remember there's a cow in the first village just chilling in a barn? It's really sad, but
don't tell me the cow's dead, Rosie.
No, but the lovely friend from Capcom told me to do this. I didn't do this on my own will, but there's a little lantern above the cow just for a bit of light. If you shoot that, you can catch the cow on fire and it will run in the village and cause damage to all of your enemies. The third big thing that I want to talk about is the Ganados, the main first enemies you encounter themselves. They are so much more aggressive.
Right.
They are quicker. They try to get as close to you as quickly as possible. They are more tricksy with their dodges, and as well, when the parasites start to sort of appear for them, when you kill them and knock them on the floor, they start like wiggling around a bit, and that's when you're like, oh my gosh, they're gonna come back to life. But you can actually do let's say a critical kill, where when you run up to them, there's a button prompt and you press that and boom, you can like kill them before they rise up as a parasite version of themselves. The fourth big thing that I want to talk about what's new is in the gameplay itself. First of all, I noticed in the village there was a prompt which had we needed two people basically, and it looked like, one person was on the back of the second person to get up into a window.
Right.
And the thing that blew me away mainly is that you can crouch. Yeah.
Wow. A game changer.
A game changer. Like, wow, you can crouch. That's not a big thing.
Can you move while crouched?
Yes, so this is the thing. So the reason why this is such a big deal is you can move while crouching, so you can go underneath obstacles and traps, and also you can sneak up on enemies and do stealth kills.
Oh.
Another thing that's been added is that you can parry attacks just before they hit you. And also, I didn't do this, but I was told that if let's just say an enemy's going to punch you with one arm and you parry, you can chop their arm off. And then they will punch you with the other arm and you can chop that arm off as well if you parry it. But also, if they grab you, then they actually can turn you around to face the biggest threats. So when Salvador was running in the village, there were a couple of moments where I got grabbed and they turned me around to face Salvador.
Oh, God.
And then, I had to keep on tapping X to escape. I was like, ugh. And then the next point about just what's new is this one's just, I called it tiny details. So this is just like a quick fire round of things I've noticed. When you've got the menu up, you could actually rotate the case slightly and you can see the items in the case as if they're actual 3D models.
That's cool.
In the first encounter with the first Ganado, Leon speaks a bit of Spanish.
Oh, well done, Leon.
And you remember the insignia? That looks more like a parasite now. And then, like I said, the final things I'm going to talk about are what they've kept the same. Leon still says some iconic lines. You can still stab enemies on the floor really quickly, which the member of Capcom who I was with was very surprised about. They were like, wow, you're just going savagely in, stabbing them when they're on the floor. The melee kicks are still there. You have still the little binocular scenes and the good old fun stuff like jumping through windows, pushing ladders down. You can shoot crows for some items, hit barrels. There's just so many things that they have still kept the same, and like the inventory management still feels just as satisfying.
I guess crucially, Rosie, did it feel like you were playing Resident Evil 4?
Yeah, so it still felt like I was playing Resident Evil 4, but this might also be because I've played a lot of the remakes of Resident Evil Remake 2 and 3 in specific here. So it still felt as if it was a beautiful balance between a little bit more of the remake, but it still felt as if at the core I was playing Resident Evil 4. So immediately when I was playing it, I was looking forward to, trying to speed run some things, maybe trying to go for like using as little ammo as possible and using the knife and stuff. So it just made me so happy to be, basically, I was very, very happy to be playing this, and I still can't believe just this small segment. We've had a little taster, and it just made me more and more excited for March, Rob. I'm very excited.
You sound it, Rosie.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited as well. I think Resi 4 is probably my favourite Resi game. So to have that get the beautiful Capcom remake treatment is incredibly exciting. So thank you, Rosie, for that exhaustive rundown of everything you played. I can't wait to do some stealth kills personally. That's the thing that I think I'm most excited about.
I thought you'd like that one.
I love a stealth kill. But please do let us know in the comments if you're looking forward to playing Resident Evil 4 when it releases on the 24th of March for PS5. It's looking beautiful. We're certainly going to have more on the game in the run-up to its release. But for now, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so you never miss any of our lovely videos. And subscribe as well, so you're always up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation. Thanks for watching.
Come back anytime.
Very good, Rosie.
PlayStation